great show.
Thanks for having me.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great.
You?
Yeah.
And welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners.
Welcome to Disciplined Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness.
To think that we started this podcast to fight a stigma, only to uncover so much love that we realized that you can't put your energy anywhere but what you want.
Tune in.
So much love. Disciplined Stoners.
We're not here to distract ourselves.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
We're here to learn. We're here to grow.
And welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie.
And we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today,
He came prepared. Oh my gosh.
that was the best.
That threw me the fuck off.
You're the man, Brad.
That's
Sorry.
awesome.
Professional.
Our
next guest has already blown our minds and yours by doing something original that no one's ever done before.
He is a comedian, author, and viral content creator known for his dark and edgy humor and dry monotone delivery. He has amassed over 1 million social media followers across all platforms. Please welcome Brad
Gosse.
Gosse! He knows our intro. We couldn't remember his name.
That was the thing I meant to ask you when I was giving you the rundown.
It rhymes with sauce.
Saucy Gosse. Brad, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Bro,
Yeah.
absolutely, man.
How's your day so far?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm in an art gallery. Could be worse.
Yes. We're in Toronto. We're in an art gallery.
In Toronto, CHRONO.
It's so true.
Taylor Swift, she learned how to say it properly. I saw a clip of her being like, "It's a good night to be in Toronto."
Oh, Taylor.
Because
Yeah.
people not from here often go like Toronto, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Toronto. I I throw the T in there every now and again.
When you travel, you have to.
Right.
If you're in the U.S. and you say Toronto, they look at you like, what the fuck is that, right? You have to say Toronto.
Because they're dumb.
And then you
they're
come
dumb
home and you
over
say
there.
it, and they're like, you're not from Toronto. You say Toronto.
Where did you grow up here?
Hamilton area here, yeah.
Okay, Hammertown.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I'm sure there will be folks who know you, but if not, why don't we just start with a rundown of your creative endeavors and journey?
I've been doing comedy for 5 years, but I wrote my first book in 2012. It was called Chronic Marketer. It was about being a stoner entrepreneur.
What?
And
You were early on that too.
yeah, that was my first book, and I had a cartoon of me smoking a joint on the cover. And it became
How long you been smoking weed for? Sorry to interrupt.
I don't know.
A while?
Yeah. 30 years maybe?
Nice. Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's great to
Yeah.
know. Okay, but your book, Chronic.
Yeah, Chronic Marketer. So it was just a business book. I was an entrepreneur, and nobody was speaking to the high-functioning stoner audience, and so I wanted to build this kind of audience.
Literally what we're doing with this.
Literally
Yeah.
our OG.
Which is why I thought I wanted to be on your podcast.
Literally our
awesome.
OG. Thank you, brother.
Sweet, thank you.
Come back with the soy milk.
That's great. That's
I
great.
will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I wrote that book, and it became a bestseller. I self-published it in 2012.
Wow.
And I started doing a lot of public speaking. People were asking me to come and speak at their events and conferences. And
Weed associated or?
no, business, marketing, like online business, that kind of stuff. And so I did that for a while, and I took a Second City stand-up class in 2012, same time I put the book out. And I was just like, this is what I have
In
to do.
Toronto?
Yeah.
I did it
Yeah.
the next year. I was in 2013.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did
Who
the
was your
whole
teacher?
year. He died.
Oh,
I have him somewhere on my
Okay.
Instagram, but I'm
mine's not dead, so we're not on the same
mine
page.
died.
Mine's
He was a
getting close.
great man. He looked like Santa Claus. I see him. I just can't. I don't know his name.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll just call him Santa.
Yeah. Love you, Santa.
Okay, so bro, you are our OG without us even knowing that. Thank you so much. Because, like, we noticed that, like, people kind of are shameful about their consumption sometimes because of the stigma that's been placed around it. Honestly, probably because of pharmaceutical lobbyists who get paid to put down the natural healing power of the plant medicine. But
Wow.
yeah, but
Right to the conspiracy.
oh fuck it, bro! I'm there, locked and loaded. But like, that's amazing, incredible that you've been standing up for the stoner
I'm
for
gonna
time.
get ready for the conspiracy theories.
Thank you.
I love this.
Is it a conspiracy anymore? I think they've been pretty honest about it. Our supporting partners, no,
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going too far.
I
Great.
don't know.
About weed?
Yeah, like I think there's lobbyists against weed. That's why the stigma exists.
There's definitely lobbyists against weed.
And then who do those people belong to? So who's it benefiting? Because that's why I'm a conspiracy theorist. So
Right.
I'm the right wing fucking.
But there's like a lobbyist for every side of every coin.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you're a
so-
lobbyist for weed.
Well, I'm not in the lobby though.
You're right. You're right.
I don't even. Yeah.
You're in the motherfucking penthouse.
I don't even.
High as shit. I love that, dude.
So you were speaking at different engagements after you had this bestseller.
So yeah, so I took comedy to get better at the public speaking. But I kind of always loved comedy and wanted to do it, and so it was like, this is a great excuse to make it a business expense and do it. So I did it, and I did my first 5-minute set at a club, and I was like, oh my god, this is what I want to do for a living. And so it took a little time. I had to go through some shit.
To become a comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go through some stuff to make it happen, and then I sold my business. Like I was like, this is what I want to do, and
That's really bold.
yeah. Whoa. So 5 years ago I started by writing books because that's been easy for me. But I
Nice.
just made short children's books for adults, and
Short children's books for adults.
Mike Hunt
Yeah, we saw that.
is a brilliant name for a lead character because when you say it quickly, it's Mike Hunt.
right.
And that is beautiful, timeless comedy.
And it's it's an old joke, but it's actually it's a different interpretation on it, and it's like, I actually sat on that idea for 18 months. I'm like, it's a throwaway, and it became like the absolute best-selling book I ever wrote.
Isn't that fucking amazing, eh?
Yeah,
And you're always self-distributing?
yeah, self-publish.
KDP or
self-published?
whatever? Or
Yeah, KDP.
Kindle?
They pay better than anybody else, and I've actually had some publishing houses approach me. Yes. The deals are not like I drive my own sales.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you don't
I
need the help.
Like if they're not going to do anything for me on the sales side, but they're going to cut my royalties in half, and they want me to take my stuff off the shelf for like 9 months while they republish it, and it's like I'm going to lose out on all this money in sales to take half later.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, and you have a self-generating system, which is like that new media way of doing things, and obviously you understanding the marketing leverage approach to it. They're basically just going to ask you to share it on your shit regardless. It's only our buddy Humble the Poet got his shit of like the Indigo, so he got the publishing after a self-publishing book because it was put on like Heather's Picks, so they put it like in the front of the store kind of
Right,
shit.
right.
So they're offering a campaign like that. It's kind of like music artists getting that Sony publishing deal just to get on all the Spotify playlists because like they're in the payola cahoots.
Right.
But you're like, yeah, bro, I'm fucking a self-owning vending machine that makes his own snacks. Like, what do I need you for? That's so sick, man. That's like the dream.
Would there
First time I've been referred to as a vending machine that has snacks.
Yeah.
Kind of like
You're-
that.
You're
I like
big,
that.
too.
I'm surprised.
Filled with snacks.
But delicious snacks.
Is there
Vegan snacks.
Is there a deal that would make sense for you? Like, would that be something down the road that you would consider?
Yeah, absolutely. If the right publisher came along, and if you're watching, then I would do that deal. But the problem is that my stuff is so crass. It's so ridiculous. No publisher really they all want to water it down.
Yes.
They all want to make they want a room full of people to weigh in on it and make it less than. And it's working, so
Yeah,
I don't want
fuck that.
I don't want to book by committee.
Ooh, because that feels like fentanyl. Like if art is heroin, that feels like fentanyl. It feels like the duplication of it. You know what I mean? It's like let's try and run this like this other play, but you're coming from such an authentic, grounded artist place that I think when people buy your book, they'll go buy his book. They'll want to support you directly. It's
All
like
of the
part
books.
of it.
All 100 of them.
Holy shit.
160.
Holy shit.
Damn.
How long does it take you to create one of those?
How do you define create? Because I have a cartoonist that does the art.
Yeah.
I don't draw. I have a guy that works for me full time that does my art. And
Love that for you. Congrats.
Thank you. He's great, and he doesn't want his name used because he doesn't want his name associated with the content. So I just pay him. You know, I just pay him well, and I buy the copyrights. And but yeah, he's helpful. You know, so I can put a book together in like an hour.
Yeah.
But getting the art done takes a week. And then laying it all out and publishing it takes another hour. So for me, 2 hours. For my guy, a week.
Holy.
And you have 160, which is kind of insane. Are there overlapping themes at this point? Yeah.
Your mom's always a whore. Your sister, too. Your dad's a philanderer and a wife beater and sometimes a groomer.
What do your friends and family support it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
Because
they do.
it's very interesting right now, and we can talk about it in comedy too. The stand-up comedian is responsible for what they say, but people are not really right now giving a lot of grace for like character work or like, I don't know, just like niche stand-up things. And it's all like, oh, if that's you on stage, then that's your personality.
Yeah, right.
And that's how I'm going to
Right.
think about you. And this is how you offend me. And, you know, like
Right.
all of
What's
those
cancel
things.
culture? Basically, like that's what that is. It's through the aim of cancel culture.
But in stand-up, I feel like it's more prevalent because, like, if you're an actor or something, you can kind of deflect to the writers and the producers. You know, there's more of a team
Right.
deflection going on.
I'm
where
just a puppet.
stand-up
I don't
is
have
like,
to- Yeah.
I feel like people assume that who you are on stage is who you are in real life in stand-up. And when you're saying crazy shit, some people are going to be like,
Right.
that's their entire personality.
Yeah. And the problem is a lot of jokes involve saying crazy things
Edgy thing.
and then backing them up with more crazy things, but not meaning any of them.
yes.
And then someone's like, let's put that in a quote.
yeah.
You know? And let's
Yeah.
say he said this, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's, you know, it's fun, but it also, like, I like the controversy. Like, bring it. Like, tell, you know?
Tell me I'm
What?
wrong.
Why?
Tell me I said horrible things.
I
and-
love that.
Why do you like that? What happened to you?
Because, like, dude, I struggle with the same thing. It's owning the villain. It's owning the villain too easily. And if people want to call you bad, it's like, good, great, I'm down for that. Like, why not? But yeah, seriously, what happened to you? Who hurt you?
We have a lot to unpack.
We got the time.
We'll be right back.
We should do a cut too, where it's just like us hugging you and you crying.
Cry. Cry, it's okay, buddy.
I'm broken.
I didn't realize what this was gonna be.
I don't know. I have a thing for bad things. I like bad things.
Has that always been the case?
Yeah. Yeah, I like bad things.
You troublemaker in school?
Yep.
Totally.
Yep. I like bad things, but I like making people mad. As long as there's like if half of them are mad and the other half are like, this is fucking great,
So there's
then you're onto something, right?
Yes.
And like if you can deal with those people over there, these people over here will take care of you.
that's very interesting.
We're really needing to hear this right now.
Why do you use that measurement? What about that makes you feel like, oh, I'm onto something? If it's half the people don't like it and have to.
Because the people who don't like it amplify it more than the people who do. So if you look at my comments, right, on a video that's like controversial, Like the one I did with Ruth, right? Where like I pretended to be one of those like influencers that over tips the waitress, and I'm counting out $100 bills, and I'm like, I heard you're a single mom and you want to take your kids to Disney.
The demotivator videos.
Times are tough, and I'm counting out $100 bills, and then I'm like, I'm going to tip you 10%, which is $4, and I pull the hundreds back. And all these people are like, that's not funny. They're so mad, but it's like, she's a comic, I'm a comic. It's a sketch.
Yeah.
And but it created so much hate. But the thing is that if you read the comments, it's like people are either like, that's hilarious, or there are other people who are like, that's the worst thing ever. But if someone says that's hilarious and you say thank you, that's the end of the interaction. They're not going to keep going, right? But if somebody's like, you're a monster, and then I'm like, did your dad hug you too much? That's going to go. Now we're going. Right?
Yeah.
We have
comments.
We have a debate now, and so that boosts the engagement. And so the negative people boost your numbers.
Boost the engagement. Okay, do you have dedicated response times to your social media? Like, are you like, I'm going to spend this amount of time responding?
No. It depends. If I'm going viral, I'll try to do it more. But I have a keyboard on my phone filled with canned responses. So I have like a whole bunch of things, because it's easy, right? You never really acknowledge what they say to you. You always just kind of come back with questions and things that make them upset. So I have like a whole list of things, like your comment is cute. I'm going to print it out and put it on my fridge next to the picture where your kid made me the daddy, or whatever. And like, and so it's like a click, but reply, and then they think they're the first person to get that, and it's easier.
That's so brilliant. You just stoked the fire.
So you got that, then they come back at you. Is there another canned response, or is that when you start engaging as you, the human?
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on what they're saying, who they are. Like I've had some had a B-list actor come after me hard, and I gave him a bit of the realness, just to see what would happen, and he ended up having to block me because he couldn't take it. But he said, and I use his quote in comedy show promos now, because he said, "What you do isn't comedy; it's sexual assault."
And you use it to promo shows?
Because what happened was he saw this video where I was talking to these kind of young girls on Omegle, and I was doing what he didn't know was, because a lot of the time when I set these videos up, I say to these people, I'm going to do a try not to laugh challenge with you. And they never really put that in. So he's like, they're frozen, and that's because they're victims of, you're raping them over the camera or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. So, he was somebody who I engage with personally. Okay, this guy I got to go on toe to toe with.
You got to show up for the smoke, bro.
And he quoted me and put me on his own feed. He got so upset.
Wow.
And then he ended up blocking me because he couldn't take
It's promotion, though.
the toxic.
As you said,
he couldn't take the toxic.
But you're making a game out of it.
Yeah, so you don't obviously feel the intensity,
the anger
that he was feeling.
He's getting worked up, but he's working for free for you as a marketing person.
That's what I say all the time. Thanks for volunteering to boost my engagement. And then they're like, oh yeah, good luck with the 7 cents you made off of this interaction. I'm like, now you know your value.
Dude.
Damn.
You are who I want to be when I grow up, bro. That's fucking I'll still lose it on a motherfucker, like, in their DM, like, too much. It's like that. You should just stay lighthearted with it. That's so fucking amazing.
Never, the key is, like, it's the same rule as dealing with a heckler, right? Like, never accept any frame they create for you, right? Always, like, there's no defense. It's always offense, but it's always done in the form of questions rather than statements. Questions are more fun to ask because they trigger people in a way that's like, it's a different thing, right? But they're just like mean questions, dude. Like who hurt you, kind of stuff, right? Like it's like more fun to ask.
It's class clowning. It's not actually fighting in the hallways. It's class clowning, and they don't realize, but they just walked into your arena. Like, this is what I would do when I would freestyle busk, and I can do it when I'm rapping, when I'm freestyling and in that mode. But, like, as a person on the internet, even though it's a professional brand, I'm just as like, it's a reaction sometimes. But you're, like, playing that on a deeper level. You're, like, performing online. How much of your early marketing kind of business knowledge do you think helped formulate that approach?
A lot.
Because that is, for me, that's you have to have stoicism in your heart first before you show up as an antagonizer and then be able to handle those hateful comments.
You call it stoicism, I call it dead inside.
So I'm trying to get there too.
Yeah, it sounds like one and the same.
Dead inside. Have you ever done like acid or anything?
Oh yeah.
So like,
I've done all the things.
love that.
All the things.
Do you feel that warmth and all that creativity when you do the acid?
I feel it when I do all the things. I feel it with Dristan. You know what I mean? It's like, it just depends, you know.
What is Dristan?
It's a nasal mist.
And it kind of gets you high.
It can. If you're sick sometimes, it'll give you a bit of a
Little buzz
zip
to get
zap,
through it.
Zippity doo dah.
That's nice.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
I
man.
just know.
Congratulations.
So we are creators, artists as well, and doing one thing full time is hard enough. But you have many things. How are you juggling creating content, writing books, performing for audiences and stages? How you doing it?
You know, you have to maintain a work balance and
Work balance.
Yeah.
That's how he's doing it.
That's right. That's what we say. Winnie's family is on vacation right now, and they're kind of breaking our balls that we didn't join them. And it's like, just like, sorry, like, yeah, like that sounds
where are
cool.
they? Where are they?
Mexico.
Oh.
And like, you know, that's cool. It's more like along the lines of kind of like 9 to 5 who like pay to then have a vacation, where it's like I'm like, well, God bless you guys, but like I like this, like this work, that work balance. It's like, not that I don't ever want to go just do nothing in the sun sometimes, but that work balance feels like when you're doing what you love, it's easier to sustain. And then it's almost like I don't have to work. I get to make a clip out of Brad's episode. This guy blessed us, and we had a great conversation. How could I not show up for that? That's what is that like that work? You're passionate about it, right? So you don't feel drowned out. No,
I like it.
do you get tired and burnt out sometimes?
Sure, yeah, of course.
How do you handle that?
Do burnout stuff. Video games,
Okay.
you know.
You give in.
I shop.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm,
you got the drip, bro.
I'm kind of a shopper.
I love that.
You know.
Where do you like to go?
Yorkdale.
I love that mall.
Nice.
I haven't been there in literal years, but I do love that mall.
It's the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Toronto. It's the mall. For our American friends, it's like the
It's
mall.
the mall.
Yeah.
It's the rich people mall.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
the, you know, don't go there and go into debt mall unless you're crazy.
Yeah. If you're early Kanye West.
Yeah, I like yeah, I like things. I like shoes, I like a nice car, I like tech, I like, you know, I like to have fancy shit.
Prosperity, man. It's
That's
very
awesome.
nice. If it's manifested in this world, that is there for you to enjoy. And if you can appreciate it and use it, fuck yeah.
What's your astrological sign?
I guess.
Scorpio?
Capricorn. Taurus? Virgo.
Oh, Virgo. Leo?
Virgo.
Cancer.
We're just going to list all of them. Libra. You're not Libra.
You can't be an Aquarius.
Sagittarius.
Oh,
The one that we didn't
jeez.
say. And it's now. When's your birthday?
December
5th?
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well then, Jay-Z's is December 4th. And he likes expensive shit too. And he's tall.
And he goes to freak off parties.
Does he? I know him and Beyonce both went to freak off parties. That's Diddy's parties, by the way.
Oh, no.
I made a song at our last thing about P. Diddy and all the lube.
I didn't know that. That's why Kamala lost. I thought with Tay and Beyonce behind her, I thought it was really gonna sway.
Did you?
Yeah, the vote. Yeah, I think famous people in the States mean a lot to the people in the States.
The whole thing's a popularity contest, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, at the end of the day, it's just who's the cooler person.
Yeah.
Who do I want to represent me?
Yeah, let's get out some booch.
Let's get out some boots.
Yes. Love me some
So,
booch.
what are you focused on right now?
This podcast.
That's so good that you say that, actually.
And today,
I realize as a comedian, I am not present. That's like my weakest skill right now is presence.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why?
I kind of want to blame it on like some chemicals or like some weird
Sure you do.
internal thing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I couldn't tell you actually why. You know what?
Do you live in the future? Like,
how about
are you
how
an
about
anxious
this?
person?
There's someone observing me being in this moment and kind of like tailoring her to who I think everyone would enjoy best.
Okay.
So I think like I'm a little bit just like anxiety, which is anxiety future?
Yes.
Yes, anxiety, so future.
Yeah. Depression's past.
I'm like, what are these people going to think about me? I was spiraling actually last night. I'm like, what are they going to think about me? And I'm like, oh, what I got to is that they're not going to think about me at all, actually.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about you as much as
and
you
then
think.
that actually made me feel a lot better. I was like, okay, cool. We can move on now.
Right.
But so I'm working on it. Presence is the main thing that I'm working on in my stand-up, and I think it's my weakest skill.
I think I just live there. I live in the moment. And I think everybody
That's so
lives
nice.
in a place. And I think some people live in the far future, some people live in the near future, some people live in the far past. I think it just depends on, and I think it can create different things for different people. But I live in the very short term. Yes, thank you.
It's really magical to watch comedians, for me, right now, because I'm recognizing that it is my weakest skill, to watch comedians be present with an audience. That's like one of the most magical things where
Right.
you're kind of, it's like you're,
I'm going to adjust my pants here, and I don't care who sees it, but
yeah.
I'm sitting a little funny here.
I don't think you
apologize.
get any crotch shots.
Whew.
It's, your
I've been
chest
grabbing
out.
it for the last 30 minutes.
No, I don't care where I am, a nice dinner on stage or whatever, if the boys need to be cafoggled around to fix up how I'm sitting, it's going to happen.
Right.
And then
Appreciate
you guys
the vote of
wouldn't,
confidence.
you'd be cool with just like women just like grabbing onto pants
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
just,
1000%.
I know, we just don't do it.
So that's
We
your
just
problem.
don't do, I know.
Step out of your
But that's
power.
put on you by other women, not by men.
I would agree to a certain extent. I wouldn't 100% agree with that.
Your
but
mama would tell you not to do that more than your papa would tell you not to do that in most situations.
yeah, because of the social conditioning of what being a lady is,
Yeah.
which
Right.
was kind of brought on by
Other ladies.
That's true,
and
though.
men, like
And
you-
men, and men,
men,
yeah.
men,
No,
men want.
here's-
Even I know men now who are like, "This is what I want in a woman,"
Okay.
and I'm like, "That's unrealistic."
I think probably the idea of not what men would say, but what men might do or take the implication as. Because, like, if a woman draws any attention to her vagina, mouth, ass, or tits, all of a sudden, 80% of men in that room just go like, hole? Like it's rather animalistic anytime a woman accidentally draws attention
But
to
you know-
her parts, and
but-
men take it as a thing of like,
Right.
huh,
But you know what
Like a lion
men
just
also
took down
have
the
the
zebra.
capability
Yeah.
of doing? Hey, I feel something in my body because of words. I'm gonna move past it because I'm a fucking human and I have some discipline.
Yeah, they don't though.
But now you live in the past. 17 seconds ago.
17 seconds is actually a very important measure of time.
Why?
Momentum. Mental momentum. Observe it. If you hold a thought for 17 seconds, other thoughts like it come. Like, and do you know Questlove, the drummer?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We talk about practice, and me as a rapper, I've practiced like a musician, like just like running, like ba-ga-da-ga, like make sure
Right.
your shit is like you can pronounce shit, and it's like once you run something for 17 seconds, it starts to compounding your memory. So if you can't remember lyrics, just like say it over and over for
Right.
17 seconds, take a break, and then do it again. So it's like and then I don't know if you listen to Abraham Hicks.
Yes, I know who that is. Well, I know who that is.
Yeah,
but
yeah. She's a channeler. And that's what she talks about. Once you hold a thought for 17 seconds, the manifestation kind of starts to come towards you in some way. Do you get into that shit?
Do you practice rhymes?
Yeah.
Like, so you'll just figure
Sorry.
out. Yeah, it's all good. So you'll just figure out like,
What
okay,
rhymes
here's
with
all the
anything?
like you'll go to like Rhyme Zone or something and pull up and then.
When I was a teenager, I used to go there. My dad bought me a book, the rhyming book, when I
This
was
guy's
like...
obsessed with words.
So
crazy.
when I first moved to Toronto,
Me too.
Yeah, no, I know. It's fascinating, like the way that they hold energy and weight. But yeah, I would walk around because I'd have absolutely no money, and that would be my activity, is to just walk around and literally think of what, like, start easy, what rhymes with light, and go life, and then go double syllable, triple syllable, quadruple syllable. So when it comes upon you in a cipher on stage, you're not like, what, right? Like, and trying to grasp,
right.
you know, like, so yeah, for sure. And I call that the masculine side, so the technical side. Like, you have to know the delivery as a comedian, right? Like, that's like so much of it is delivery. It's like the masculine form of it, the technical, or like the news, being informed or having some leverage or relevancy. And then the other side is the emotional. So that's like the development of the performance of it or the story of it. Anyway. Fucking don't ask me about shit, bro. I'll talk too long.
Yeah, you break it down more than I think I do.
I think I got lost.
I was talking about memorizing rhymes.
Yeah.
No, we know where we started.
Anyway.
It's where we finished that we're struggling with.
Okay.
But yeah, you're obsessed with words. You rhyme a lot.
How do you practice for stand-up comedy? You said that you've only been doing it for 5 years. That's nuts.
Yeah, that is pretty nuts.
I just I'm comfortable on stage, and it makes it a little bit easier when you're not like worried as much, or like because I have the books and the online stuff. The stand-up's always kind of just been the fun thing. So I kind of, it's a zero-sum game for me. I don't care if I get paid. I'm not like, you know, I'll still like it, I'm just like in it to do it and get footage of me doing it and to get better at it. And so it's not, I don't feel like, I know there's like a lot of comics in Toronto, right? And so there's just so many people, and some of it's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Competitive?
Yeah, or like maybe like a popularity contest, or I don't know, but then there's other people who just don't seem to, like, I'm not in that. Like, I don't know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's served me well not to.
I agree. Yeah, I haven't really delved into any politics. I honestly think it just comes and goes excuse me, in any sort of
Business.
job or business. Like, it's just you get into a group of people and you see each other multiple times a week, and it's just like shit happens, you know?
Yeah.
Within that, probably, but
But you don't take it so seriously, and that's what's like so refreshing, I think, about overall. Like, as a performer, you're understanding that each time you show up and do something, it's almost just like a marketing tool for people to learn about you. So you're not trying to like necessarily become the best in whatever sort of competitive measure is going on socially or climb that ranking or anything. You're kind of already established outside of it. Remember, lots of those people are just going to school.
Right.
You're like, I'm a graduate. I could almost teach. Like, you could teach. The beginning of this has been already like 101, like how to like leverage your marketing understanding and then become a creator out of it. Like that, you're so many miles ahead that you don't have to like feel in competition. That's fucking dope, man.
Yeah. Do you have like a schedule, like a content drop? Is it constant on Instagram for you or other social platforms?
I try to be, but there is no schedule. There's no, like, I might go a week or two and not drop anything.
Really?
And then you might see, like, I've infamously dropped 100 videos in a day.
What?
You know, there's like, there's really no rhyme or reason, but I try to be a lot, like more than most people would put out.
Tell me about this 100 video a day thing. What the fuck? Just skip right over that.
I just decided that's how I got a whole bunch of subscribers on YouTube. This kid working for me, he was doing my video editing. He was like 17 years old. He was a fan, and he lived in BC, and he was a smart kid. And he was like,
shout out BC.
You know, I only had a few thousand YouTube subscribers at the time, but I had a lot on TikTok. I was trying to build it out, and he said, you need to upload on a schedule, 2 videos a day, follow this rule, you know, and I'm like, that's too slow. And I'm like, I want to upload 100 videos in a day, let's just go crazy, right?
You must have some good internet.
And he said to me, I do. And he said to me, you don't know how algorithms work. If you do that, YouTube's going to flag you. And I said, YouTube gets like, I can't remember what the number was, but like 1 million uploads a day or whatever it is, right? Like my 100 videos is a brick in the Grand Canyon. Nobody's going to notice me uploading. I've already uploaded, lots of videos. So I did 100 videos in a day. And
What was that day like?
it was easy. It was all like,
Pre-done.
they were shorts,
Yeah.
right?
But you guys worked on 100 videos for how long before you chose that date?
Oh, it was just a couple of days of filming on OME TV, this platform I use to get crowd work basically from strangers.
Oh, yeah. So tell me about that.
That's a good idea.
Harry Mack does that, I think, right?
Yeah, he's great at it. Yeah, he's really good at it.
So that's super cool. How does that work?
So it's like a Zoom call, but every time you hit this button, you get a stranger.
It's roulette. It's chat roulette.
And it's chat roulette. And but now it's the new version of it. And there's
Is
been
there viewership?
the numbers are crazy. There's like
Oh, okay.
amazing
So it's
numbers on
literally
there.
not just like a FaceTime between you and a stranger that no one's watching.
No. That's what it is.
It's private at first.
It's private at first?
But
you capture it.
But everybody knows that you're probably being streamed. You're probably being filmed. They agree to a terms and conditions that waives all their privacy rights because there's no expectation. You turn your webcam on for strangers. You don't know. You could be. So that's my license to use your content. Although, to be fair, if someone reaches out to me and they're like, "Hey, I don't like this video. I don't like how I look," or whatever, I just take it down because I don't want to make things hard for people.
Nice.
Class act.
So
nice.
I've never dishonored a request because it's just I don't need their permission technically, and I can say fuck you if I want to, but I don't want to be. I don't want that energy.
Nice.
So I just no problem, take it down. And they're grateful and but otherwise most people are like, are you going to put me on TikTok? Are you going to put me on YouTube? And so they're happy to do it. And you get all this great reaction content. And for me, it's a great way for me to tell the same joke over and over and over again. My audience will watch it because they know the joke, they're in on it. They want to watch the person react to me reading them the book for the first time.
Oh my God.
So it allows me to duplicate what I do and just film it out. And so I with a few hours of this content, you can clip out, 130-second or 45-second clips of you making just a short joke, make someone laugh. Okay, now a book, or now showing them. So if I do an interaction with someone, it's usually 1 or 2 jokes, and then it's usually I show them 5 or 6 books to choose from. So then there's laughter there. That's a video.
Oh my God.
And then they'll pick a book, and then I play a theme song for the book. So then they're like, "Oh my God, there's a theme song!" So that's a video, and then me reading the book is another video. So 100 videos is not hard to do.
And it all acts as a promotional tool to sell books.
Yeah.
Not easy to do. I just want to clarify, but not hard
Set up
to
and
do.
stream and rip if you're a good performer like you are.
In
Yeah.
terms of time spent
Yeah.
versus time versus output.
Mm-hmm.
And I've streamlined it over time, so I have a good.
How long have you
workflow.
been doing this?
I started doing the Omegle content, I think, in 2019. When I first started.
Wow. And can people exit out of screen at any time?
Anytime, yeah. Yeah, they're free to go
get that?
anytime.
Do you get people just being like, nah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Sometimes they'll be like, because I'm the creepy old guy on there, right? And the thing is on there, there's also like, you'll just hit it and then there'll just be some guy jerking off, right?
No.
Or there'll be like, 3 dudes in a bed yelling at you, or like some teenage girl that's just like bullying the shit out of me, or what, and it's just like I'll just sit there and take it, and she'll just be like, "Look at your old ass bald," and just going off on me. And I just let them roast me. I let them run out of energy. And sometimes they'll just like they'll be so mean, and I'll just stand there and take it, and then they'll be like, "Well, why aren't you saying anything?" And then I'll be like, "Are you done bullying me?" And then they'll be like, "I'm not bullying you." And then I'll say, "Oh, okay." And then they'll be like, "So anyway, how's your day going?" Like they just switch.
So is this was this created as like a friendship app? What is this app?
You have the patience of a high school teacher, though, first. That's nuts. There's something you call it dead inside.
It's better to let people talk than to push too much interaction
Yeah.
back. When they're being like that, they're not going to take anything. Just
No.
let them run out of steam.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But wait, what is this app? Why did this? Was this created for what you're doing, or is it just like it's you get people jerking off? Like it's just an app? It's just like an exciting app?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's like you just meet people.
I've shown you Harry Mack videos where he uses this.
Yeah. Harry Mack's good at it.
It
Yeah.
was like that's basically like what I do,
Okay,
and
so that's
I'm
what
like
I'm
I should do
seeing.
this, but he made it there first. So I'm like I feel like I'm fucking biting his style of it. Then it's
Why? Do you know,
I know,
do you know how
shit.
many people are like, you
You're
look
ins-
like a rapper. I bet you're going to freestyle rap for me. And then I'm like, no, that's not what I do.
Because you're fashion.
That's cool, bro.
You're
got script.
fashionista.
Yeah. That's incredible. So yeah, you're inspiring me. Thank you.
Yeah, this is very cool.
So no, but it's the double compound fucking. It's the you in the live interaction, like you said, basically doing crowd work. They're gonna get an impact from you. They're gonna learn about your book. They're gonna probably buy it for their dad, 1 out of 100 people that you like do that with or whatever, or their friend. Then you get the captured clip for your social media. And then you also build this kind of like consistent mystique that you might pop up on a live stream too. I think that's another value of like that app.
Yeah.
But you're promoting your books is the main thing. And this is,
Yep.
I talk to artists who are maybe a little bit younger, and I'm always like, what's your landing? What like is I'm talking sometimes like, you know, and they don't have a book to come back to, or sometimes even a channel to come back to. And I love that you've anchored yourself in something that can earn. And that's so fucking smart. It's part of your act. Like that, you've seen that play before you started performing, right?
What do you mean?
Using your books as part of your act, because it's basically a call to action for the sale. Like you're showing, it's like basically on the podcast, you're meeting a newly semi-fully formed entrepreneur understanding the business of things.
Right.
Like just like, oh, all these affiliate ads and stuff that you see on podcasts, you wonder, how's that working? Like, how's the rent getting paid? And understanding those things is best, like Joe Rogan does, to design your own shit and draw people to that. But like, it's so good, like, to have a book. Like, I have a book, but I don't talk about it because it's not really part of my stage show. But you're able to like incorporate it into what you do as a comedian. Like, it's like just reading the titles of your books will make people laugh.
Right.
You're a commercial and art at the same time, authentically, without being like gimmicky. Like, that's fucking sick.
I would say it's gimmicky. I would say it's pretty gimmicky.
No, but it's your book and it's funny though.
I'm cool with the gimmick, though. I'm good with the gimmick.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, sure, everything could be called a gimmick. I just mean like it's not like, and hey, if you'd like to purchase my book to now, like, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like, you're not asking
right.
for a hard, cold sale. You're like
Sharing.
It's how I basically sell weed for companies through being disciplined stoners. It's like, oh, by the way, I'm puffing on.
Right.
Or I'm talking about weed because I love it so much, just so happens to be.
Right.
But it can't be like, go purchase this weed because I say
Right.
so. It has to be
Today on TSC,
Yeah, exactly. You're trying
But
to
do
push
go
it.
purchase.
Tanzanite weed.
Do you have a favorite strain?
I'm an indica guy for the most part. Other than that, not too fussy, but I don't like, usually edibles don't work for me. They either don't work or they just give me like an accelerated heart rate. And I
Yeah.
just can't seem to find anywhere in between that makes me happy. So I only really smoke.
Love it.
But yeah,
Yeah,
You?
a lot of people just prefer joints.
yeah,
It's the best way to.
it's instant.
It's instant, and you can also then be like, oh, this is enough, or this is not enough, and then move,
Yeah, you know where
react
the line
accordingly.
is.
Yeah. Yeah, with
What's
edibles,
your
it kind
favorite
of.
strain?
I got obsessed with actually this company, Rocket Factory, their Liquid Imagination, which was a Blue Skittles cross. I just feel like I'm my best self when I'm high on this.
This is their indica 10 Gs. Check it out.
But they actually don't have it anymore. I
Take
think
some
they're.
buds.
they're done with that strain for at least a little while.
Yeah, it's harvest. It's a living thing. Yeah.
But
and
like overall, I really like gelatos. I haven't had a cake that I want a cake. I want a cakey LA Kush cake or something. I haven't had anything good like that in recent days.
So, like, I love something that you said today, bro. You said, I'm attracted to bad shit. And I find myself also loving owning that dark space because it's actually very creative. Like, as I'm hanging out with the gangsters, or you're at the bad bars, or you're with the kids, the bad kids in the smoker's pit in high school, shit was just a little more flowy, buddy. It was a little more be yourself. You couldn't scare the darkness. Wondering if it came from a similar place of rebelliousness for you, or literally you just get a kick out of watching something burn down.
Tell me more about the gangsters.
Lots of my friends, as I was growing up, started
Started that
gangsta shit. And
He's in Vancouver.
yeah, it's in Vancouver.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And my mom was always had gangster friends around.
Wow.
And my stepdad.
Your mom was a gangsta?
Kind of, yeah. She knew the gangsters and was around that shit.
When
and
you see a picture of her
my-
from like the late 90s, you're like, oh, she actually was a gangster.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then my stepdad was like, a longshoreman, East End Italian boy, and so we were never too far away, And then Uncle Nicky, we call him, he's gone now, so we can talk about it. There's been phone calls where my mom's on the phone with him. You can hear a guy in the background like, he's like just finishing working someone over because he'd be a collector. And then so naturally, as I was coming up, my friends that would skip school to help me move because we were getting evicted, they didn't play by the square, so they often took that opportunity to go chop rock. And then you start just being a gangster. People were just always kind of gangsters, and I really liked them because they accepted me. And all my whatever fucked upness that the straight 8 kids wouldn't look past. So as much as
You've seen some shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
You sound like a 60-year-old man from Chicago.
Thanks, bro.
You're just like longshoreman.
Yeah, and this is how you understand how to get street respect. So you understand how to
My stepdad was a longshoreman. He would beat me senseless.
No, he loved me. He would never. My mom.
There's only 2 kinds of stepdad.
Yeah, exactly.
You had the good kind.
Yeah, but the other one is the turtleneck wearing pussy ass one. Yeah, exactly. I know. I've seen that one too. And then just my best friend who I was growing up with, one of them, he's in jail now for stabbing someone over and over. Probably for life because it was his 20th offense, but you could see it happen. The difference is that my mom gave a fuck, right? It's you're lucky that you have it, but so yeah. Anyway, keep
it tuned on CP24.
Yeah, it was the darkness. So as I'm saying, did you have an experience where you felt connected with these people, or again, were you just looking at the chaos and kind of enjoying it because it inspired you?
Who are these people?
The gangsters.
Oh,
Did you feel akin to the bad?
yeah, I think so. A little bit as a kid. Yeah.
Were you a rebellious troublemaker?
I root for the villain sometimes. Yeah.
So, how is that being a performer for people who can afford to see you? To come, right? So it's you're basically performing for all the good straight A kids now.
Am I?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Is that your crowd? Am I blanket labeling people?
I think I have a few crowds.
What are those?
I have a Gen Z crowd.
Oh,
and I have a Gen X divorced mom crowd.
Lucky.
The hottest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cougar crowd. And there's people in between, but that's been because of the internet stuff and the TikTok and that it's kind of been a younger crowd, which is good because
Yes, that is good.
they
Grow up on you.
I'm old, so they can retire me hopefully because as they get older they'll have more money to spend.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you heard that. Bring money.
Fuck yeah.
BradGosse.com/bring money.
Bring money. And so
what we say, too.
Those two crowds, you're like a Taylor Swift concert, bro. The moms who are the cougars can bring their daughters.
That's
I make
so
Olivia
funny.
Chow evict the homeless before I come into town.
That's what Vancouver did for the 2010 Olympics.
That's what they did for Taylor.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
didn't know that?
shit.
Any
Yeah.
world-class event, they're gonna sweep that shit up.
They put a couple homeless people around Rogers Center into a hotel, which is good for them. They're lucky. They get put in a hotel for a little while, but then after Taylor Swift leaves, it's like, shake it off, bitches. Let's go back to the streets.
Also, though, they may
Right.
have been able to make money if
Shake
they
it
were
off.
allowed to be outside the Rogers Center.
Exactly. There's a lot
A
more
lot of
people there.
Swifties feeling generous because Tay is.
But I think I know why, because they said it was for their safety.
Right.
And if we know anything about teenage girls in Toronto, they do love to kill the homeless.
Why do you say that?
That happened recently. There were like 13-year-old girls that killed a homeless guy last year. You didn't know that?
No, I don't.
Am I the only one watching the news?
Yes.
Yes.
But also, I love
Such
the
a
way you
boomer right now.
you flip that though, because everyone knows it was the
Everybody
safety
knows.
of the girls.
Yo,
But then you
13
flipped it.
13's crazy. 13, 14 is a crazy time to be a girl.
They can be monsters at that age, or they can be awesome.
Yeah.
They can, yeah, but just even if they are awesome, like there's still a bunch of shit going on. Like it's just there's a lot of feelings.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot there's that you don't know. I think probably it's easier. I hope it's easier nowadays. I think there's more resources to
It's harder.
turn to. Do you think it's harder? Yeah,
The
but
bullying that goes on online, they create fake accounts to bully other fake accounts of each other. And
Oh my god.
the fake account thing, I could not even handle. I can't handle the
Seems
3
like a lot
real
to
accounts
do.
that I
me
have.
neither. I'm with you. Like fake
Oh
account.
my
I don't
God.
have the energy for that.
No. Well, stop doing that. You don't need to go spy on other people. It's a waste of your time. Go do something else.
I mean, Drake for sure has one, because if he likes a picture as Champagne Pop, you know what I mean? Like, it's like there's going to be sneaker lurker accounts, but like all the bullying side accounts, that's weird.
Yeah.
You adapted to the internet quick, eh?
I've only done this is so when this is all I've ever done is online business.
Sick.
When I was 24, I started my first business, and I never had a boss since. I'm 50 now,
Fuck yeah. Congratulations.
and I my first business was an online business as well. So I've always just done that. So I know it and I like it and I have an easy time with it. And
May I ask what those first online businesses were? Because it was before Shopify, right? Or you do affiliate marketing?
yeah, it was before PayPal. It was before anything. Before YouTube.
Whoa.
And so how did you create content to generate leads?
There
Back
were
then.
only 3 things that sold on the internet in 1996.
And,
And they all begin with the letter P.
porn,
Porn, poker,
poker,
Playboy.
paper.
pills.
Pills. Porn, poker, and pills.
The 3 Ps.
And that's funny
Shit,
too.
that's wild.
And you sold pills.
They got right into it. They're like, this is what we are going to use this insane technology for.
How did you source your product?
That was easy. You can license it from photographers and
Okay.
content creators, and I would buy like CD-ROMs of, people, pictures or whatever.
CD-ROM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big win to deal in, because the as it's passing through your desk, you're getting a lot of dopamine as well. If you can generate a business that excites you and good quality when you're surfing for it, so it's like, I know exactly what's going to sell. Did
I
you
was
corner a specific market?
A couple. I was just done. I was really like that. This was the only thing that made sense to me to do. So
It's the number one market in the world.
at the time, it made sense, and so I did that for 10 years, and then
I don't know why you'd stop.
because they were giving it away for free, and I didn't want to race to the bottom.
You were pre-Napster days of a music maker. Holy shit, that's cool. And then, so what was the mode of delivery? Tapes?
No, it was online. It was a
Online?
subscription.
Subscription? Oh my God, you've been doing subscription from 96. How fucking bored are you with this world? I feel like everyone's just learning now, after it being available for fucking 20 years, how to move. Like, what made you land on that? That's actually blowing my fucking mind right now.
Because he's a genius.
No.
Yeah, he's not going to accept that, though. He's too humble. I'm going to say, did you go to college, or?
I prefer like super genius.
And the dude should have been a
Okay.
comedian the whole time.
I accept. That's what now I will refer to you as that.
I prefer like visionary, thought leader, life coach, shaman.
Nice. Nice. Do you, speaking of,
Let's land on thought leader.
thought leader's good.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Speaking of, do you have any daily practices, like any non-negotiables that you do on a daily basis?
Non-negotiables. No.
No. You just live.
Brushing my teeth, the basics, like the things
Right.
you should be doing.
Yeah, we had a dentist on,
Floss,
and
bitches.
we went through a whole regime. Everyone should go and watch that. It's changed.
Right.
We've leveled
no,
up our
I'm good for the coffee.
oral
Thank you.
hygiene.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
I'll take it. I should drink water, but whatever. It's raining.
Is it?
No, but it was raining.
It was raining.
Yeah.
I like the rain.
How does your comedy differ from your work that you do on social?
Well, one is more sort of admin based, one is more desk based, and the other one is going out into the world and being a bit more public. But I feel like I test it online. I'll test the seed of a joke online. Thank you. The booch is really good. And so sometimes like what starts as just like a 2-sentence either video or screenshot of a tweet will then turn into a 3-minute bit.
How often are you writing for stage?
Not often enough.
It's hard, right?
It is hard.
I know.
It's really hard. Yeah.
I've only just now gotten past the resistance phase. I'm 3 years in. It's been to go down and write. I'm just like,
do you write
ugh.
like by hand?
Yeah,
Yeah. Always?
always.
You don't have a notes app?
I haven't my notes app, but that's
Okay.
generally for like the idea. If it's coming to me, and there's like writing is slower than
Right.
this. So if it's
Do you ever
flowing
dictate it in?
through, never.
Oh, really?
I mean, I've voice noted things and then gone back and then we'll like take the idea and write it. But I want to start doing that more, like dictating it in, because I think that helps with flow. Because in my head, like when I'm in the shower, I am hilarious. I don't, it's because there's nothing else, you have that freedom to be
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah.
And I think if I could dictate it like as I'm doing it, that would be good. But I only find that freedom like when I'm in the shower or when I'm like riding my bike. Those are the two times when like jokes really.
The ideas do
Come
come
in.
to me in the shower.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because you have nothing else happening. You can't pick up your phone.
Yeah.
Speak for yourselves.
It's the only mindfulness time
true.
that we have is the shower. Go ahead. No, I didn't
Pardon
wanna-
my reach, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
touch-
Yeah. I'm nice and high.
yeah, there's good touch and there's bad touch, and there's good stepdads and bad stepdads.
Dude, that's so fun.
Do you have expectations of where you want to take your comedy?
Yes.
What is that?
Netflix specials, selling out theaters, some type of Sesame Street for adults. Like I have characters, I have puppets already. Like I've invested in like, I have a Becky the Throat Goat character that's extremely popular.
Oh my god, that's so good.
We love Becky.
Becky she's great,
Fuck.
I spent a lot of money on her puppet and I don't use her enough, but I'm actually looking to animate her. So there's a bunch of directions. I'd like to do some type of a Sesame Street for adults. I'd like to do some type of animated series. Netflix specials.
Yep. And so it is.
Yeah. But like I have the opposite of imposter syndrome. I have like, where is it syndrome? Like, how come it's not here yet syndrome?
Let's go.
Do you feel
the
like
thing.
that served you?
Yes.
You don't ever. I find that place a little bit paralyzing. Because there's moments, I'll tell you, I'll be honest here. There are
do it.
moments
Tell
in
us.
my life where
Let it out.
I'm like, I'm confused as to why what I haven't wanted hasn't happened yet. Like it all feels like it should have because of my expertise.
Right.
So I do have that like confidence sometimes, like it comes in waves. But I find when I'm there, it feels good for a second, and then it kind of feels like I feel deflated
Why?
because it's not here yet.
But isn't that the thing that motivates you to move your ass and make it happen? Like, isn't that the...
Yes.
So that's why you got to live there more.
Thank you.
You got to live in the world of like, I expect it, because if you have the imposter syndrome, then you're scared to move. If you have the opposite, you're scared to not move.
Yeah, I'm definitely scared to not move.
Thank
I
you.
definitely.
Where do you live?
Right there with you.
Okay.
Next step.
He's almost like, it's wild. He'll pull the trigger and bring things to manifestation and fruition so quickly. Like no one does it. He makes all our creator friends uncomfortable because everyone's like, "Oh, we're doing it now," and Ellevan's like, "Yeah, like we came up with this idea,
I'm right
and we're
behind
gonna
you.
execute
I'm with you.
now."
I'm like that too.
I'm grateful that you're I can't tell you how much pessimism I deal with even successful guests, and like your confidence is like, I've never met someone more me than me.
I love that for us.
I'm right behind. I'm grateful.
I love that for you guys,
I'm so
too.
grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you.
How did we not meet sooner then?
I'm great. I don't know, but it makes a lot of sense. And however,
Because I didn't work on the longshore.
I'm just like I agree with you. Like it's like when you've put in the work and the alignment, it's almost like inevitable. It's like I feel the future version of me is pulling me like a magnet through my steps today, tomorrow, and the next day into that manifestation. And it's up to me now to hear and understand the vibration of how I can go there. And it's just like fuel. It's like, of course, I'm with you. It's like, how can you not need to move? Because that you will die standing still, and that vision is after these steps I take, and just having the humbleness to know, like our friend JP was on, and he's like, you can't do what you're gonna do yet. You can't yet. You haven't written that yet, but you can just walk there now, and there's the literally only
Along
way
the
to
way
get
you
there.
pick up the tools
Yeah.
to
But
do it.
You've manifested something very cool with thought. I've been almost too much action. Like making lateral moves with action because I have the energy and enthusiasm to do it, but I could probably make it easier on myself by putting in some more thought. Because
I don't know. Massive action's never been a problem. That, to me, that's always been the solution, whether it's this way or this way, as long as it, like.
I do admire it,
Thank you.
and I want to embody more of it.
Bless.
I like the visual you make of pulling yourself into the future. Like,
Yes.
I like that. That's a way to think of it that's different. It's like,
You're on Netflix. I see your special right now. You're literally just
too.
taking this,
Yeah, me
like,
too.
it's like, of course, the time, space. Sorry to cut you off.
no, you're not cutting me off.
Your outfit is gonna be rocking.
Probably
for the
sparkly
first-
red shoes. Who knows? They're going to be fly.
Probably.
They might be your own drop. They might have the deep throat. girl
I
on
do
them.
like a custom shoe once in a while.
Cush tats will get deep throat Becky on it.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah, Becky custom dunks.
That's a
And
great
so
idea.
it is.
Do you? Oh, I think I may have stoner lost it.
I love it.
Shit. Yeah, it's
Just
gone.
like that's okay. It happens. Mm-hmm. So what's
It
the
was a
deal?
question.
What's the deal with you two?
Nice
We're-
question.
Like, are you?
Married.
You're married.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's my husband.
Your husband, wife, and then how long have you known each other?
16 years we've been together.
You've been married for 16, or you've been how long have you been married?
2.
2 years. Oh wow, damn.
Yeah.
And how did you meet? In the business?
In an
or
improv troupe
In an improv troupe.
formed off
Yeah.
Craigslist when I was 18. And she was like 19 or 20. And she moved to Vancouver after going to AMDA. And she grew up in small town Sylvan Lake, Alberta. And she went to big AMDA in LA and followed her dreams of being an actor, a musical theater kid. And I was a dropout, making money, being a busboy at fine dining restaurants and doing stand-up comedy and booking commercials, and had an agent at 16 and just, living the kind of thuggery version of the life that she went to school to, fulfill in her way because she loves structure and learning. And then we met in an improv troupe. He's brilliant. Eh? He just asks a question that lets you talk and dig your own hole. And then we met an improv troupe, and the rest is history, basically.
Yeah.
I would just lead with, we met on Craigslist.
Yeah, that's what we used to say, actually.
Yeah, that would be the lead for me, and then let them dig.
What?
Yeah, well, what did the ad say? And then just like take them down a road.
That's a stand-up idea win.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
And just like make it weirdly assuming each step.
yeah. Like
Will be group dynamic. Must be okay with group dynamic.
cuckold scenarios.
Characters preferred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wigs and masks.
Kinky shit.
So, your fame has also brought a little bit of connection to the FBI.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
What?
Yeah, I've had a couple of. Well, I have a whole Instagram folder full of death threats.
Oh.
We
Yeah.
gotta stop with that shit, everybody.
And one guy threatened to swat me. Do you know what that is?
No.
You
So,
told me.
long story short, a SWAT is a prank that people play where they basically they call the police and they say, you know, I'm home. I'm going to kill my wife. I have a gun on her.
Oh.
And the police will come busting down the door. And in America, a lot of the time, the innocent people who they got called on will get shot because the SWAT team is coming in hot. They don't, you know.
And then because someone reacts like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's when, you know, I started dealing with the FBI a little bit more, and it's a thing. Like you basically, when you get a death threat, you have to report it because 1 out of 100 of these people is going to show up to a show, right? So I literally had a guy say, I'm gonna be at your next show and I'm gonna bludgeon you with a shovel.
Jesus,
And,
relax,
like-
violence, fuck.
So I bought like one of those little sand bucket shovels at the dollar store, and I brought it to the show, and I made a joke about it. And
Oh my
I
god.
was like, I hope he uses this. Prop comic.
He'll poke no matter what. That's so good.
So, but anyway, yeah. So he threatened to swat me, and so I called the FBI, and
Didn't know you could do that.
yeah, well, I actually filled out a report online and called me fairly quickly, surprisingly, and I think because it was international, I don't know, but anyway, we had a conversation. They assigned me an agent, and then they told me to call my police to let them know that to put me on a swatting list, which apparently is a thing.
Don't shoot when entering this place.
So the OPP had to come to my house,
Whoa.
and it was funny. These cops came, and they're like, "Oh, we've never met a YouTube celebrity before. And like, we don't even know, like, you know, like we didn't even know what swatting was. We had to look it up.
The ones doing
This
it
is
don't
fucking
know.
great. They're like, this is our first time. We're gonna learn how all the swatting stuff works. I'm like, great.
You gave those policemen a teachable moment.
Yeah, I'm an educator.
It's all worth it. No, I'm just
A
kidding.
guru and a guide. A thought leader.
Visionary.
Holy. So
So that's how does
the death
that
threats.
doesn't make you any part of you be like, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore.
No.
No, it's the opposite.
Well, the death threat, I could live without them. They do amplify the what I do because people are like when I screenshot every single one of them and share them on Instagram. I
Amazing.
shine a huge light, username
That's
included.
You're so
like,
smart.
and then people go after that person sometimes, and they'll kind of like. But yeah, I've had a couple guys really come in hard, and they made some big threats, and unfortunately, you have to react accordingly, or else, the problem is the police have to know where to look if something does happen to you.
Yeah.
And it may not be the guy who
Yeah.
publicly put it in a comment, but It's a good start.
It's a good lead.
It's really, you got to keep track of that.
And also
Makes
for
sense.
anyone putting death threats out there, chill the fuck out. Because honestly,
Wild that we can do that.
if you're going to do something, you're just ratting on yourself in the first place. Like, if you're just trying to give someone anxiety, like, okay, you want your name put on a list at the FBI? Like, is that really worth it? That's so interesting.
I just can't imagine even typing that. I can't even barely say it. I'm going to kill you. I can't.
Yeah,
I could
like,
never...
you just do it. Even if I was headed towards someone with a knife, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Stick it in their ribs and leave.
Yeah,
No.
move in silence.
Just actually do it. Don't talk about it, silly little babies. But good for you for fucking being like, nope, not with this. Like, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
And it also engages, like, probably raving fans of yours that love that you trigger people that deeply.
Yeah, some people are in on the joke and some people aren't in on the joke. And the problem is that there's a small group of people who are like, this guy's targeting kids.
What?
This guy wants to teach
With
kids to be swingers. This guy wants to
the
teach,
books. Yeah.
And it's like they've never seen South Park. They've never seen Family Guy. They've never seen any adult cartoon before. For some reason, because it's now delivered in a book and being read in a grade 5 level.
And there's there's adult coloring books. Like, there's other things that we've now, as
It's
adults,
funny.
taken as from childhood and made them adult version.
There's adult Lego.
Yeah, and you're being like, you could see the health of society by how it like treats its clowns, or like how far it lets the gestures go, and it's like you're a bad sign of fragility, like of like just humans not being able to understand where the line of a joke is. That's really interesting, but good for you, man.
But it's
Hold
also
steady.
like when you have a group of people who misunderstand you, it helps to push the line further, right? It's like, when I was a kid, it's like you see, Ice-T on Oprah getting, called out for his lyrics, and it's like that helped sell him more records for him. Like, that's not going to hurt him.
Yeah.
And
A bitch likes to be called a bitch.
that was pretty good.
Well, he couldn't quite say the whole.
Is that the only one you do? Do you do others? How many can you do?
Brad, I used to do stand-up, but not as me. Obviously, the top ones. Also, Gilbert Gottfried. Shove a popsicle in my asshole and call me a sweet treat. Popsicle stick. I flubbed the line. A bunch. I used to do a bunch.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah.
But no, so I started as an artist, then retroactively have learned what you started with, understanding how to anchor it in a business. It's crazy how long an artist will just swing in the dark for before understanding they control their own fate.
It's always been a business for me. Day one was a business.
And that's what's like phenomenal, that you're actually having fun with it. Like you're like, I'm going to sell a product that I'm going to enjoy, whether it be book or me in performance, you as performance. Like, so wise, so cool.
What do you love the most? Like, you're obviously constantly writing. Is that a correct statement?
I wouldn't say constantly, but I try to. Yeah, I try to have a book idea at all times. Mm-hmm. Just to have something to work on, and also it's funny. I feel, and I've always found this in business, because you mentioned this off camera. You said something about you want to get somebody's telling you to get an assistant. Mm-hmm. And one of the things
My life coach. It was you.
Full circle.
Weekly sessions with Brad will keep you on track.
But the thing is that having someone working for you makes you responsible for them.
Ooh.
Which means you end up working harder to give them the
sure.
work that they need to do.
Yeah.
And so that pushes you further.
Definitely.
With your analogy of your
Magnetism.
And then
is
you
this
have
an analogy or this is a metaphor?
Yes,
No.
sir. Both actually. It's a metaphor that belongs to an analogy.
Great. Problem solved.
Hey, isn't it great every time I talk about words? Did you guys want to hear more about what rhymes?
Section.
And so what do you most look forward to working on?
Or do you work on stand-up bits?
What do you mean?
Like, do they just happen? Like, do you just kind of go and freestyle and talk on stage? Or
I do a fair amount of crowd work. I've been getting better at it, and so I've been spending more time at it. Okay, what's this?
Well, this is like Tourette's that I've channeled in, but also this is me just getting the extreme Rocket Factory terpenes off my hands. But usually when I do something in a...
It seemed like a tick.
It is.
Is it a real tick,
It's
or
Tourette's.
is it like a... It's,
This one is like a self-induced one that also...
but this one?
This one is like Tourette's, like when I
Okay.
get excited.
Okay.
And I don't realize I'm doing it. And then I used to do other ones like... But that was like...
Are you acoustic, or...
Fairly. Yeah, it's acoustic in the way that I do like the sound, the sonic connection of the movement for sure, but it's mainly the expression.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get excited. Like, I was walking by we have like side tables basically for when we're watching TV, and just like my hand went like that, and I knocked over a glass of water, and I'm like, when people think Tourette's is a joke or something, I'm just like, it's interesting. So yeah, that's just like energy that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to ask.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm always happy to talk about it. Do you have any interesting things like that?
Probably, yeah.
I
don't know if I don't know if I'm self-aware about them, but
Yeah.
I do have some things. Yeah.
I feel like high achievers kind of naturally have some things. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you earlier. Yay, it
came
came
back.
back. I wanted to ask you if you had any like inspirations, or if this is all just like inward doing this for the love, or if you look at someone and you're like, fuck, I want to do what they do, or like something, a different version of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's a different version of everything that I like. Every comic that I like, every performer that I like. One guy that I really like right now is Dave Hill, and he does this like guitar comedy show, and it was directed by Tom Papa.
Oh.
And I wanted to get to New York and see it. I didn't get a chance to, but he posts the clips on Instagram, and he's funny as fuck. Like, funny.
Dave Hill.
That's him, yeah.
Nice.
Hilarious. Like, just, and he makes these funny videos, and, he like, I like to find people who are doing weird shit,
Just subscribe, Dr. Dave Hill.
There he is. I also like the guys like people who break the mold, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Mark Rebele,
Yeah.
the Loop Daddy.
Oh, dude.
He's fucking he's amazing, and he's
Yeah.
doing something special that nobody's done. He kind of found his thing, and I feel like that's why I like the books. And it's hard for me to kind of say, okay, I only want to do stand-up, I don't want to do books anymore, because sometimes I'll be doing stand-up and then I'll pull out a book, and then you'll see people in the audience go, it's that guy. Like, but until I pull out, they're trying to figure it out the whole time. Where have I seen him? And then the book comes out, and they're like, I know who that
this
is.
guy. Yeah,
I know
that's-
who that is from that one
It's very definable.
video that I saw.
good. Yeah.
And I've been lucky with that exposure, but it ties you to that thing, which is your unique thing. So I'm happy to have something for people to buy.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's using multimedia. It's like Mark leverages music, and like those are tracks, and like it's like you have a book, you have a visual design, a concept, just a work that continues you after the live performance. It's brilliant.
Have you
Fucking awesome.
toured at
Yep,
all?
I have. Yep.
Okay, is that something that you want to pursue?
I don't know that I'd want to live on the road that much, but I've done some U.S. festivals. Like I went to L.A. I did the Omaha Comedy Festival.
Cool.
I've gone out west. I toured with Ben Bankus,
Cool.
and gave me a lot of exposure to different audiences, yuck stages that I wasn't, and for me it was like an opportunity to get photos and video of me performing at good-sized clubs.
Yes.
Because Toronto clubs weren't really booking me. They're like, you're a TikTok guy. Maybe not. Come to the open mic, and it's like, it was just like, and I'm happy to do those, but I find for me open mics don't work for me. They're just not it's not my place. I feel, I don't know, I don't like them for whatever reason. They just haven't been. Sometimes I'll test jokes there and they don't work, and then I'll test them to a real audience, and it's like.
Well, it's because it's only other comedians
Comics.
who are going over their own sets
It's the
the
gym.
whole time.
Exactly.
You don't need to go to the
I
gym.
use open mics literally just to perform how I envision the bit being performed.
Right.
So where I think people might laugh, how I might use that pause and stuff, and and I just take it. I take it at those open mics when no one's laughing, and I'm like, this is my rehearsal time, bitch.
Right.
It's free
So
rehearsal.
yeah, that's what I use them for. I don't know if they're ever, or I haven't seen them be a good gauge of if a joke is funny or not.
Yeah, it hasn't been for me, and so to me that's a waste. I treat Instagram as the open mic,
Yeah.
TikTok as the open mic. If the video goes viral, the joke has legs, and I can expand on it.
Nice.
And the ones that don't,
That's
I'll just
great.
leave alone. And so it's a seed. It's just a test. It's like, is this a thing? Are we here? And if it makes people a little bit mad, or it makes them, I get a reaction, I know I'm onto something. Because I'm happy with the groan from the audience if it's not my crowd.
You're like an angel of like how to make art a business. Like seriously, it's so much part of our.
Business angel.
It's part of our kind of ethos to like explore entrepreneurism, or like kind of. It's almost the self-worth, how to believe in yourself. Like why put business thought into yourself as an artist? Because giving it is a gift to the world. Like. That's so smart, because when you treat Instagram or the live streams or TikToking or Omegle or whatever like the open mic, you're still putting in reps, but you have the ability to catch it and interact and still test it more authentically, because you're right, those jokes are just not going to knock with other comedians. Just like basically just having to get good at saying things on mics. Why are you good at
I
saying
like
things?
when he says nice things about me.
I know he's good at doing
I can
that.
see why you married him.
Thanks, bro.
He does say
It's
nice things
true.
about me every day.
I'm not
Feels-
lying.
I feel like he's like a fucking blanket over here.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Bro, it's true. And I'm just basically admiring things that I either want to manifest myself. So trust me, it's selfish as well.
But it's like a mothering feeling. It's like, I feel like
Good.
I feel cared for.
You deserve
in
it.
this moment.
You deserve the love.
That's what we want to cultivate here at Discipline Stoners Podcast Studio.
We're in the moment. It's happening.
Bless.
Okay, I have a fun question.
I love fun questions.
If you could give a statement, like a blanket statement to all of your followers, that all of them, it would penetrate them and they would really understand what you are saying, and they would know this now moving forward with you, what would that be?
Bring money. Buy some stuff.
That's a
tickets.
great answer.
Autographs, books, merch.
Bring money.
Are you doing merch beyond the books?
Oh yeah. I have T-shirts, hoodies. I do.
Are they like these?
This is a sponsor they pay me
Sick.
well, it's a sponsor.
That's
yeah,
great.
and
Yeah,
respect.
not
and
like
that's-
I don't want to get into like I don't want to make it a sponsored podcast.
Good quality.
They just happen to send me
It's
some
okay.
stuff. And,
we can plug CloudBet. What's
But
up?
I also I've been lucky because I've been betting some weird stuff. Like I bet on Trump winning the election because I told my followers to tell me which one to bet on.
Totally.
67 or 71% said Trump. To bet on Trump.
They were right.
So I won, and then I did the same thing with Jake Paul Tyson. So I bet on Jake Paul. So I've been kind of having a little fun with them.
You've been making money with the right.
Just picking the the thing that, and usually there's the better odds, right? So it's just like
Dude.
having a little fun with it.
I got to get into this betting.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I would have fucking nailed both those. I didn't do a poll on Instagram.
Yeah. So yeah. So I have posters, but it's mostly books. It's like 90% of what I do. I sometimes set up tables at Comic-Cons.
Fuck yeah.
And I sell a lot of books at Comic-Con.
Sick.
Because they have a thing called Artist Alley where you can have
Yes.
a table, and as long as it's your own material, you don't have to draw it. You just have to be the writer, the whatever. You can sell your stuff.
Dude.
And a lot of people come up and they're like, oh, you're that guy. You're that guy. That's what people always say. You're that guy.
And
I'm
then
good with being that guy.
you're making an impact there because you show up. It's about showing up, and like that furthers your brand. This is good though. This Carhartt.
Oh, yeah.
Carhartt's a good
I'm
brand.
cosplaying as a farmer.
Yo, but it's really made a breakthrough. I feel like Action Bronson caused that a bit. Do you watch that show, Fuck That's Delicious?
No, I don't know who that is.
He's a rapper.
He's a New York rapper and chef, and he had the show Fuck That's Delicious, and he's always wearing Carhartt, and that's where I learned about it and seen it. And I'm like, I want this, and now I see it everywhere.
It's what the kids are wearing. So I like to keep up on the slang.
Yep.
You know, and make sure that I can speak the lingo type shit.
So you're always learning.
Always.
That's good.
Be
Lit.
I don't know. It's like this is kind of I like the setup. I like what you have going here.
Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you.
This is a cool vibe.
Thank
Right?
you, man.
This is I feel like we're in a safe space.
Thank you. It's true. We really are.
We are.
It's already Rob's place. Like, it's Robert who lives here. He's 76. No fucks are given.
He's a cool dude.
He's a nice...
From what I've seen.
He's a cool dude.
He's the best.
He's the homie. And, yeah, it's an art gallery. It's all about art. Like, the dude's always been... I appreciate you saying so, man. I mean, that means a lot. Yeah, fucking, we want that. We always want that vibe. Onwards and upwards, you know? I think Joe Rogan has, like, a pretty sick compound for his podcast. I definitely aspire to giving our guests that sort of treatment one day.
Yeah.
Have a...
Do a cold plunge before the show
Yeah, we can have a workout.
or after the show. Do you like exercise?
Do you like to move?
Do you like sports?
No.
So did you watch the fight?
I attempted to watch the fight, but I couldn't get it to stream, and I just said, fuck it, and it wasn't that important to me. So
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay.
started recording.
And then you
Lego
just
content.
found out that you won. That's awesome. That's how I
Did you
would like
watch
it
any
too.
of the fights? Did you watch the girls?
I watched a couple at the beginning, but I don't know. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Me
UFC or a
either.
fighting guy, so I
Yeah.
was like, it was free. I wouldn't have paid for it.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, I don't love sports. Do you like sports?
I don't like sports.
Do you like sports?
I used to, I
Like
mean,
hockey, baseball,
football.
Football.
I'm a football guy. I played quarterback in like that kind of, just before I dropped out of high school, I played in the East Van Trojans.
You dropped out of high school?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, sick.
Well done.
Grade 11?
Well done.
Thank
Grade 10.
Grade 10. I know. I feel like I waited a year too early. But me and my mom, during that grade 11, I dropped out when I went back to school. I stayed in for grade 11 because basically my mom kept getting evicted. And we were like kind of homeless for a while. And so I, out of spite.
What happened to the longshoreman?
He was gone. Probably ran out of the city already by then by the HAs for bad behavior. So yeah, he definitely wasn't around. Exactly. When a house falls
shit.
apart. But yeah, and so I almost stayed in high school for that grade 11 year because shit was fucked up at home out of just spite. Because I didn't want to say that caused me
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
to drop out of school if that was a
Don't
control
give them
in my
that
fate.
power.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
so
get
then
you.
once my mom got a job, found us a nice place and stuff like that, I was like, okay, I'm not going back to this bullshit. Like your fucking bureaucratic fucking indoctrinating bullshit. I'm like, I don't believe you. And I left and I got a job.
And what was your first job out of high school?
Busboy at a fine dining restaurant.
Busboy, okay.
Getting tips, man.
At the fine dining restaurant in Vancouver, still today.
What is it?
Chipinos.
Okay. Never
Yeah.
heard of it.
Yeah,
Don't know.
it's like when the celebrities go there. Like I was 16, 17-year-old doing Christopher Walken because the chef loved me as a little dropout stand-up comedian. He'd take me over to Jessica Alba was there. Jennifer Aniston had her birthday party there. She'd be like, do Christopher Walken. He'd take me around and I was like a little
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 34 now.
34.
That was I was 16. But yeah, I've always just kind of wanted to hustle. Like to your point, like on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first job out of high school. Well, when I was in high school, I was a dishwasher, so I have worked in the kitchens, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I never worked again in the kitchen. But my first job was telemarketing,
Oh, I remember that.
Shit.
and
How'd that go?
I was really good at it.
Bet.
I was really good at
You're a
it.
So you
closer.
were being primed this whole time.
That was the job the kids who were like, yeah, you were down to talk and have patience.
17 years old, calling people up, asking them for money. And it was like,
Getting rejected in that capacity too, you don't really take it personally, but you're like, fuck, obviously, because you want to sell. But that's just like prepping you to be a comedian.
And an entrepreneur.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I've had haters since before they were called haters.
People would ream you out, eh?
Oh yeah, they get so mad. It's dinner time. I'm on a pension, and they get so mad at you. God damn it!
That's my gramps.
Yeah, but
My grandpa will ream someone out if they try and sell him something because he got scammed.
Oh yeah, nobody wants to answer the phone now.
Yeah.
These days,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah, you can't get anyone.
I never answer my phone. Don't even
true.
get rid of the number. Just text me on some other way. Like,
Dude, I've never
Ditch
met
the number.
someone more me than me.
He's being really fulfilled.
I literally, everything that kind of can sometimes pisses people off about me, you're saying it like it's a good thing. And I'm like, thank God somebody else has arrived here. Because are you retarded that you need to fucking tell me ums and ahs? I'm not going to wait on your fucking speech deficiency to finish. Send me a autistic proof text, please. Because I need the information in bullet form or else I'm going to get frustrated.
yeah, I get you. I get you. Are you a phone person?
Nah, I want to be. I try to be, like with family
Yeah.
and stuff. But like, I get antsy.
Do your friends reach out to you to get together, or do you reach out to them?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always around the same time. I don't do a lot of socializing, but like I'll probably socialize once monthly, but with different friend groups
Right.
or whatever.
Right.
So, over the course of time, it's like I'm only seeing my friends, once every couple of months. That's what happens when you are in your 30s, I feel. Like it's just like no time really.
Do you
to, like-
prioritize friendship time outside of collabs?
No.
That's
no.
me neither.
It's something I should do, and my close friends know me well enough to know that they won't hear from me,
That's nice.
and so they reach out, and they're good about it. They're not dicks about it. They're not like, "Oh, can you never call me?" or whatever. And then I'm like, "Yeah, let's get together," and we make a plan and we do it. And
Yeah, you're always down.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I like 2 weeks can go by like that for me.
It goes by so quick.
And then I'm like, fuck, I haven't talked to anybody.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
That's
it's
the thing,
crazy.
like the work and work balance. Like sometimes I feel it's just like a little bit overwhelmed because I'm like it won't ever stop, which is good. But I think sometimes we need to create boundaries sometimes where it's like 11:30 p.m. and you're just like
Stop making clips
still
now.
looking at the screen.
Right.
I think that's the still looking at the screen is really
kind
what
to
gets
yourself.
me.
You
Yeah.
won't sleep as well when you do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so having a cutoff does help,
Yeah.
but we're all guilty of it, and
And sometimes there's no choice,
and
or
you're-
at least
half
it
the
feels
time
like
you're not
there's no
even working.
choice.
You're
Yeah.
just consuming.
That's a tricky one. I go on Instagram to do something or send a message or do something business, and then I'm what the fuck? So
Thirst trap.
it just
Thirst trap.
they
The
get it.
Discover page is
Yeah, they know.
is so accurate. It gets me now every time.
TikTok's pretty good for me, but Instagram's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok I can really get lost in that because they have the upward scroll figured out first.
Yeah.
Like what YouTube Shorts. I literally put myself to sleep with YouTube Shorts now.
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, because the algorithm has me figured out.
Yeah.
It has like stoic principles, motivational stuff mixed with like cool food videos. Like it's so telling about what pleases you, like what it shows you.
Mine's all braless whores.
Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be? Let's literally see what's on mine right now. I got some booty. I got different accounts too. I got the Disciplined Stoners account. That's going to be different.
And I know when you've been searching some
Yeah. Look.
braless whores.
Look. Right here.
'Cause the
This is
Discover
Disciplined
page.
Stoners. That's not Winnie. I guess Fit Chicks. That she's not. I wouldn't. That's
But,
not for me.
also,
I
like
think
it's
she
on.
might be trans.
Yeah, that's true. But look at this, babe. I do like older women. The older Winnie gets, it's the hotter. I don't know. It's very interesting. I like MILFs, Fit MILFs. It's so.
that.
Yeah, this is me. And then
MILFs.
fit MILFs, right? Or how do you? Well, that's you got a demographic.
Fit MILFs.
Look at this on mine too.
Look at her. She's jacked.
That's like a lot. That's just too
Take a
much.
picture of it so we can show the audience.
Yeah, this is
show
too much.
us.
Oh, look, Jake Paul stuff.
This is here if you want it.
Okay, thank you.
And Diddy. So what I don't like about it's a sumptuous culture is like I'm a hip hop fan, but like they'll give me Diddy drama stuff, and I don't care about that. I more care about the music.
I love the Diddy drum. I'm all about the Diddy drum.
Did you watch those fucking documentaries and shit?
I haven't watched the documentaries, but I did watch the Neverland one about Michael Jackson. Did you see
Oh
that
no,
one?
I didn't see that one.
No.
Oh yeah. So
Do you think Mike?
he definitely did. He definitely. I will report to you now. That
Yeah,
he
no one-
definitely diddled those children.
That's very strange.
assumed.
It's very strange. It would be a really fucked up thing to manifest as a pedo. You'd have
Is
to
it-
just die. Like that's
Is
fucked
it
up.
strange though with his upbringing and like how he never got to be a child and like how, you know, he probably was abused himself at
His
some
father,
point.
for sure,
Like it's
he-
probably not strange that someone that had that type of upbringing wants to do like that. I don't think it's out of this world. I think it's horrible and disgusting, and again we should be training on how to mitigate these urges, obviously. But like
But my money is on good childhood, still pedo.
Yeah, that's what
Really?
I'm saying.
I feel like
Yeah, man.
I feel like it's something you're born with.
Yeah.
It's not something that, or it's if it's something that you develop, it's not something that the hardness of the childhood will, because lots of people have hard childhoods.
And they aren't
okay.
that. It's not something you can do and not do. It's something you could never do. It's just
They have affected it. I was only checking my watch because it said something to me, and sometimes it tells me I'm having a heart attack. No, oh shit! And it does. It beeps at me weirdly
Yeah,
sometimes,
check
and it's
for
just
that.
like, oh no, you're almost at your fitness goal.
nice.
Fitness whole sandwich in your motherfucking mouth.
Let's go.
yeah, we should always have munchies available.
Sandwiches, I know. Fucked up today.
Where were we on?
we were potentially debating whether
Nature versus nurture on
versus
pedos.
nurture.
Yeah.
This is where we are.
Nature versus nurture on
discipline
pedos.
stoners. Dad.
No, but I agree. It's not a anyway.
I don't disagree.
Well, that's
I just think it's probably there are
Harvey
probably
Weinstein
some
had a great childhood.
complexities.
right.
Yeah,
Bill Cosby. I don't know.
yeah.
Deep once pudding, I put my fucking fingers in your pussy when you fall asleep in the green
Brutal,
room.
bro.
You do a great Bill Cosby.
Thanks, bro.
I love that. I love a good Bill Cosby.
Remember Tim Meadows?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, he had this character called the Ladies' Man. It's no longer relevant, but I remember as a kid, I would just do that a lot, and that was my favorite one to do. Sweet thing, can I buy you a fifth sandwich? It's dead. Nothing we can do about it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I just heard it.
Clunk, clunk.
I was just saying.
But yeah, man. Fuck, dude. That's so cool. I'm
This
so
has
excited
been-
for the journey that you're on.
I'm good, actually. I'm fucking ripped.
Yeah.
This has been fun and interesting and cool.
And
Yeah.
inspiring and like helpful. I feel
Educational.
like you dropped some serious bombs and gems like about how to exist as a entrepreneur in like a simple, calm way.
Yeah, like a way, like a thought leader way,
Like a guru.
like a shaman.
Like a super genius.
Well, catch his Netflix special.
Yeah.
If you're
What do you want to say? You can leave the people with something, and where can they find you?
BradGosse.com. Brad Gosse on Amazon in every country.
Nice.
Bring money.
That's what this is going to be called for sure. Bring money with Brad Gosse.
You're the man, bro. Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
thanks for
Bless you.
taking the time. That was super fun. And,
I'm a little bit sad. I missed it already.
Yeah, well, we can still hang for a bit.
That's true.
I'm going to need to do that for 20 or so.
Yeah. Bless. Okay, bless you guys. Thank you. Subscribe, tell a friend, follow Brad, send nudes to those who you're allowed to. And if you're
Are you still a disciplined stoner? Is it regular in your life?
Of course.
Yes.
Look how
Nice.
you fucking
Cool. Well, I
can't
know,
smoke
but for
and
this,
talk like that.
yeah, I suppose.
As a professional.
You're right.
Yeah.
We smoke people out on this sometimes.
You did say that, yeah. I was up for the challenge.
Yeah, bless. Do you ever do any pot shows?
Oh yeah.
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 Those are fun.
Those are a lot of fun, yeah.
Different type of audience.
It is, yeah. They like crowd work. They like to be roasted. And I like to treat them like shit.
Because they don't take it seriously. They're
Yeah.
like you just let that shit roll off you when you're high on weed. That's why I love weed. I honestly think it makes me a better version of who I am, because I feel the non-attachment of like when I get offended or like if someone whatever does something to me on the street, I'm like, oh, that's just them. I'm just me. You know, like, it feels when I'm sober, I'm like, oh, why did they inconvenience me like that?
I need to speak to the manager.
Yeah, totally. Anyways, that was a tag. This was the tag on the episode.
Yo, real quick, do you meditate?
No.
Sick. You just like this.
When shit's going not well, I might.
Okay.
Like I had a sleep apnea machine I was trying to get through, and I was trying to fall asleep with it on, and I was meditating to try and help me fall asleep. So that I'll do it as an aid. So it's more like Dristan.
Nice. So you have like a practice, but you don't like do it consistently, but you can.
Yeah.
Sick. That's good. Bless. All right.
Okay,
Well,
bye.
sweet. Yeah, this was a sick tale of peace. So good.
Welcome to Disciplined Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness. Look deeper.
To think that we started this podcast to fight a stigma, only to uncover so much love that we realized that you can't put your energy anywhere but what you want.
Look deeper.
And what we want is authentic conversation. What we want is quality medicine. What we enjoy is each other.
We get to learn from our guests. Manage the best. I would manifest this.
Part of the magic of the plant is how it uncovers what you've been hiding away.
So much love.
Look deeper. Feel more. Tune in.
So much love. Look deeper.
We're not here to be lazy.
Welcome to Disciplined Stoners,
We're not here to distract ourselves.
the gateway drug to mindfulness.
We're here to learn. We're here to grow.